All right, Dr. Jen Ashton, we have a question for you from one of our viewers. How can I prevent antibiotics from making my stomach feel sick?
Really good question, really common issue with people who are on antibiotics. The first thing is some antibiotics are harder on the GI tract than others. So you should ask the pharmacist or your healthcare provider, is this one that typically has a lot of GI upset, nausea, diarrhea, very, very common with a lot of antibiotics, but not all. You should also ask the pharmacist, should I take this with food? Or not take it on an empty stomach, which in general is the case. It's kind of like our motto for most antibiotics. Don't take it on an empty stomach. It can really make you feel bad.
For hours, yeah.
Yes. And then in terms of lower GI symptoms, a lot of antibiotics can trigger diarrhea. It can disrupt the gut microbiome. So taking a probiotic anecdotally, and there is some published data that suggests that it can help short-term or long-term. But yeah, pay attention to these things and always talk to the pharmacist. This is really where they're experts in what drug does what in terms of its side effects.
All right. You have something for us. Mama knows best.
Yeah. Oh, don't they always? Everyone listening. But in honor of National Nurses Week and Mother's Day this weekend, I wanted to do our prescription of wellness today from my mom, who is a retired RN, and that's my brother, who's also a physician. We really learned how to take care of patients from my mom. We spent years and years visiting her at the hospital, staying at the nurses' stations. So some things that I grew up with, tips from my mom to try to make us feel better. When you have a sore throat, she called it a hot toddy. Hot water, lemon, and honey. And there is some antibacterial properties in honey, so there's some science behind that.
I've heard of a hot toddy, but
it has
some,
a little brandy, a little something brown.
I mean, at least when we were little, that wasn't what her hot toddy had in it. For GI issues, particularly if you have a stomach bug and you've been throwing up, ginger ale, popsicles. My mom always used to say, you should always have popsicles in the freezer, and not just for fun, but in case you don't feel well.
That's a great rule.
They're really, really great and easy on the stomach. And then for menstrual cramps, the heating pad. And I will tell you, as a GYN, there is science behind that as well. So, of course, there are other things that we can pull out the big guns and write prescriptions for, but these things, tried and true, coming from my mom, who's a retired nurse. Thank you, Mom. Love you, and happy Mother's Day.
Mom. Yeah, thank you very much. And you can send all of your questions to Dr. Jen right here at ABC GMA3. She'd love to hear from you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.